Hi, I'm Ketna Mistry, and on behalf of Dennis Eagle, a very warm welcome to our Learning at Work Festival. Today I'm joined by Jen Booker, our HR Director. Since joining Dennis Eagle in 2009, Jen has played an instrumental role in shaping the HR department to what it is today. Jen, hi, thank you for joining us today. Can you talk to us about our journey to becoming investors in people?
Yeah, so we've had the accreditation for a long time before I started in the business back in 2009. But we had an opportunity in, I think, around 2019 to incorporate other areas of the business that hadn't been considered before as part of the accreditation. So we started to involve the aftermarket area of the organisation and also the Turberg Medtech UK area. And the reason that prompted that was that the IAP changed their accreditation framework at that point. So we had to go through a more detailed process to make sure we still hit the new sort of framework that they defined around inspiring people at work, learning, continuous improvement, communications, all of those elements. We went through what they call sort of like an amnesty assessment initially, which gives you an accreditation for a year, and then it kind of highlights any gaps that you've got, things we need to work on, which we then did over that year, and then we gained that full accreditation for a 3-year period. So what that process is that they come in and they speak to a cross-section of employees across the whole organisation. They look at our procedures, our benefit systems, our communication mechanisms, lots of different areas of people in terms of what we're doing with the organisation. And they also do a survey. So they survey the workforce also anonymously, and that gives us really great feedback on what our people are feeling and experiencing at work. So we then get sort of an improvement roadmap essentially to work to, and we're really happy that over the 3-year period since that first accreditation, we've gone up a level of accreditation. Okay. We then got silver in our last assessment.
That's great news.
So yeah, no, it's really great. We're really proud of it, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of new initiatives and developments, and obviously lots of investment as well in terms of learning programs. So yeah.
From that outcome, I mean, how have you seen the changes within the business?
I think things that we'd certainly knew we needed to focus on through the amnesty review and then the sort of following years was communications, communicating our values as an organisation, making sure that they were understood and that they really underpinned all the different processes we put in place from a people point of view. So we've done a lot of work around improving our communications. We've also invested in a lot of wellbeing activity. We've implemented mental health first aiders across our organisation to support people. We've also trained up our management population in wellbeing areas as well. So we're really proud of that initiative also.
That's fantastic. And what improvements have been made in terms of professional developments for employees at Dennis Eagle? And how does this feed into our objectives as a business?
Okay, big question. So there's a number of different things that we're doing. I guess one thing I can start with is when the government implemented the apprenticeship levy, we really took that as an opportunity to look at how we could maximise that funding. We looked at the existing apprenticeship schemes we had, and we have had them for a long time, and we've had a really great track record of people coming up through our organisation through the apprenticeship scheme. But we really kind of doubled our efforts in that area. We took on a lot more numbers. We started to take on apprentices in areas of the business we hadn't previously. So we really increased our numbers in aftermarket and sort of moving out of the more traditional areas that people think of with apprenticeships, and started putting apprentices into lots of different sort of areas like finance and purchasing, obviously engineering. So, and the levy really allowed us to sort of do that even more. And the other thing that we can use the levy for is upskilling our existing employees. So that sort of traditional young person coming in and doing a fixed term apprenticeship, it's not just for that. You can use it for other professional qualifications. So we've been able to put a lot of existing employees through development, especially around management and people leadership. And we've really seen great uptake of that over the years. And then we implemented a scheme, I want to say sort of 3-ish years ago now, a management development programme. So there's a suite of different learning opportunities, both internal courses from experts within the organisation and also external courses around all elements of people management. So employee engagement, the mental health that I've touched on before, health and safety qualifications. We've put all of our managers through different levels of IOSH certification. And then, softer skills and the more sort of procedural side of policies and well-being and absence management, those types of things as well. So yeah, we've done a lot of work over the last few years on upskilling, certainly our management population, and then bringing new people into the organisation.
A very busy time.
It has been very, very busy. And the next challenge is we're looking at a leadership programme.
Right.
So for people going into sort of more senior level leadership positions and just making sure we're supporting people coming into those positions appropriately. And so that's like on the horizon for the next sort of few months and into next year.
Some exciting times ahead.
Yeah, definitely.
Just to kind of go back to, like the apprenticeship schemes and the management programme, like what's the feedback been in terms of the departments? Have they seen a significant improvement within like their sort of areas?
Yeah, definitely. And, their testimony is the best thing for us increasing it across into other areas. So people that haven't thought about it, then talking to their colleagues and saying, I want one now. And every department now, pretty much most of them will have one soon. We're really increasing our numbers this year in this new intake. And yeah, the feedback's really, really positive. It takes investment and time, and you really have to nurture people, and you really have to give them a good structure, as well as their sort of formal learning at college in the company as well. But we really find that those people coming in and doing these programs, the exposure they get to, traveling around the organizations and going into all the different departments gives them such a fantastic overall view of the organization that a lot of other people don't have the opportunity to get when they've come in, as a professional and they stay in one area. So yeah, it's really, really valuable.
Oh, that's really good. Jen, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
It's been great to hear, all the work that you've been doing behind the scenes.